What do you do when you have challenges come at you that you say are insurmountable? Where do we go? What are we going to do here? Not only as an organization or a corporation or an institution, but as individuals, where do we go? What do we call upon? Where do we grab? At my young age, I didn't have a lot of mentorship. What do we do? Today's topic, finding true north when things are going south, is not just a flippant topic to me. It's not from my head or something I read. I experienced it. And I'm going to share with you today 5 principles that myself and my lovely wife had to grab a hold of quickly during that period of time. And we've used those principles now for many, many years to not only overcome challenges, but to sustain some pretty wonderful growth. Or how about the one, the oxygen mask when it drops? Breathe normally. As a former pilot, let me tell you what goes on when that drops. There's no air in the cabin. Okay? It drops, they tell you to top it, breathe normally. And if you have a child, put yours on first. And if the child's been good, and breathe normally. Again, I got to tell you, when this happens, you're either going to be inverted, you're going to be in a dive, your underwear is going to be around your neck. You are not going to be breathing normally. I just came in from Moscow. The Moscow Times, the financial news, Bombay, no matter where I go, the news is the same around the world. It's a global challenge. But here in the United States, we're seeing all the negativity today. We're seeing foreclosures. We're seeing banks that are not lending, which I've not really found that much. I think a lot of banks have really taken a negative hit on that, to be quite honest. They're just smart lenders today, as they always should have been. But we see this negative news. What do we do? How do I overcome all the negativity today? And what do we do when we're personally challenged? What do we do? What do we do as an institution? What do we do as a corporation? What do we do as an individual when things are coming at us and we're going, man, I just don't know if I can do it? Here's what I found during the times of challenge and what I see today when I go into corporations. The number one basics for you and for me and for all of us that are leaders and are entrepreneurs, we have to stay in the basics. And what is the number one key basic for an entrepreneur? We have to stay in the creative state of mind. We have to stay in that state of mind that is energy. We have to stay in that state of mind where we get up every morning and we start asking ourselves, how do we get better? How can we do things? What can we do to become better? What can I do to help my people become better? Creativity. We've got to stay in that creative state of mind. Every night before I go to bed, what am I going to do tomorrow? How can I get better? When I go into corporations, we talk about solutions, not problems. I don't want to talk about what we can't control. I want to talk what we can control. Where we are today, if we're not careful, we will focus on areas that we cannot control. I can sit down and start speaking with somebody and within 15 minutes will tell you real quickly whether or not they're going to make it, probably successfully or fail, just by their conversation. Are they talking about things they can't control? Are they talking about the past? Are they talking about problems? Or are they focused on solutions? Are they talking about other people? Or are they talking about projects and dreams? I have had multiple corporations. You know what I determined? I cannot control the work ethic of my people. I try. I try too hard. But what I can control is my work ethic. I can control what time I get up. I can control how I'm thinking. I can control what I'm going to do tomorrow. And you know what I found? Based upon what I do, unbelievable how the people in your organization get inspired. See, life is all about relationships, whether it's your mate, whether it's your kids. More importantly, if you're a CEO and a CFO or a major leader of an organization, a corporation, a college, a pastor, I don't care what it is, your whole goal is to create relationships with others. I love to go into a company and start helping people define relationships and helping them create relationships. You see, I know that no human being can perform beyond the way they see themselves. And it's my responsibility to create a relationship where they have a comfort level. What's your relationships today? How are you building relationships? You say, well, how am I going to get business better? Stand down and say, what's my relationship with my lender? What's my relationship with my vendor? What's my relationship with my customer? What I did find, desperation causes inspiration. And some of your greatest capitalists that will ever come alive will come alive right now. Because we're doing what's called forced entrepreneurship. Sure, we're letting great men and women loose from America's wonderful major corporations. But they're coming alive. They're saying, I want to own it. next time. See, during a time of all this great trials and tribulations, we had this thing that we invented called fiber optics. We put the Skylab up. We flew, or the Concorde came and flew in 3.5 hours from London. I had the opportunity to fly that. That's quite a marvelous feat. And there was a guy that quit college during that period of time and said, I think I can make this work, and he started a company called Microsoft. Oh, God bless capitalism and the free enterprise spirit. She brings him, sets him down. She turns to the person next to him and starts talking to them. Without her knowing, Johnny sneaks out. He gets in the aisle. He looks up. He sees this masterful, grand ebony piano, beautiful leather bench, and he walks up on the stage in this beautiful hall, and he sits down and starts playing chopsticks. The crowd goes wild. People say, whose child is that? Get that kid off that platform. I can't believe a mother or a father would allow something like that to happen. Pedorowski was in the back. He hears the commotion. He throws on his tuxedo jacket and he runs out and puts his arms around the little boy. And he plays a counter melody. And he's whispering in the little boy's ears, keep playing. Don't quit. Keep playing. People that you're employed right now that are working for you, many of them feel that their life isn't any more significant than chopsticks. I'm going to tell you, and I want you to tell them, keep playing. Keep going. Don't give up. Yes, you can make it. Yes, you can overcome. Yes, you can become better out of all the challenges. You will be better.